Speak closer to the microphone, Honorable Mutuse. Speak closer to the microphone, please.
We will be urging the Senate to uphold the impeachment.
Mr. Mutuse, I'm asking a specific question on a specific allegation. It is your desire for these senators to impeach this deputy president on an allegation that he has, through his proxies, taken control of a cooperative society we don't know, isn't it?
I have said I leave that to their decision.
Is it your desire? Is that what you desire? You want some outcome from this process, you as the mover of this motion. Is that what you want of this motion?
What do you understand when I say I leave it to their decision?
You have no right to ask me any question.
Just say yes or no. We move on. We make progress.
Thank you. My apologies. Yes.
Thank you so much for that comic moment. You also want this distinguished Senate to find the deputy president to have taken over the control of this unknown circle. Now, this is my element, through undisclosed family members.
Indeed, it is my desire that the motion is upheld.
Mr. Mutuse, Honorable Mutuse, do you know the seriousness of the business that keeps us here?
Very well.
My apologies, I didn't get the answer. I didn't get the answer.
I know.
Thank you. You find this request for senators to find this deputy president guilty of taking over an undisclosed circle a serious expectation on your part?
Indeed.
You also find your expectation for these senators to find the deputy president to use unknown family members to take over that circle a serious expectation?
Indeed.
You take your work as a member of parliament seriously?
Very seriously.
You respect your constituents who brought you to this house?
Very much.
And you are manifesting that respect for your constituents by this expectation you have just mentioned here?
In fact, the whole country is discussing my motion.
I'm asking whether you are manifesting your respect for your constituents by the expectation you have just alluded to.
In the totality of the...
No, I'm talking about this particular fact. I'm dealing with a particular fact.
In the totality of the motion, yes.
My question is, your expectation for this Senate to find the DP culpable on allegations of undisclosed family members of an undisclosed circle. That allegation, you are manifesting your respect for your constituents through that allegation.
Yes.
Thank you. Paragraph A alleges that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has connived with cartels in the tea sector to block the Kenya Tea Development Agency from implementing guaranteed minimum returns that would benefit smallholder tea farmers. Is that the allegation?
Indeed.
Have you given us in this motion or in the supporting evidence the name of any cartel?
No.
Have you given us in this motion or in the supporting evidence the grievance or the complaint by the Kenya Tea Development Agency?
No.
This is also part of your expression of respect for your constituents.
Indeed.
It is also part of the seriousness with which you take this motion.
Indeed.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, may I now move to the video 10 and 10A. Let's start with 10 first.
Watu ya Kayole, tangu mtupatie nafasi ya uongozi, sijapata nafasi ya kuja kusema asanti. Nataka kutoka kwa roho yangu ndani, watu ya Kayole, asanteni sana. Mimi najua nimeona iko shida ya watu ambaye walibomolewa, si ndio? Na nimeona mumeandika vizuri ya kwamba mteue kamati ya watu wachache ndio mkuje niketi na nyinyi.
Just pause there.
Mtakubaliana?
Pause there. At that time, the deputy president is suggesting that he needs the people, the citizens there to have a small committee to have an engagement with him. True or not true?
True.
Is there anything wrong with that claim by the deputy president?
There is nothing wrong with.
Let's proceed.
Mimi ningetaka wale watu ambaye walipata shida hii ya ubomoaji, ambaye ni kitu tulikuwa tumeahidi wananchi haitafanyika kwa serikali yetu. Mimi ningetaka niwasikize na nitapanga na mheshimiwa Meja Dong wakuje ndio tukue na nafasi ya kuongea.
Let's pause there.
Tumekubaliana?
The deputy president is saying he wants to listen to those people so that together they can talk. Is that what he's saying?
Ambayo ni kitu tulikuwa tumeahidi haitafanyika kwa serikali yetu.
No, you didn't get my question, Mr. Mutuse. Please be a good listener. Just answer my questions. The deputy president is saying he wants those to sit with Honorable Madong, I didn't get the name right, and those people so that they can sit and talk. Is that what he's saying?
In context, yes, that's part of it.
Is there anything wrong with that statement?
There's nothing wrong with people sitting.
The deputy president is also saying that they had promised during the campaigns that they will not be demolishing people's structures. Is that what he's saying?
Yes, he's saying that.
Is there anything wrong in that promise?
There is nothing wrong in that promise.
As an active member of the Kenyan political space, is he lying that there was such a promise?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. Let's proceed.
Tumekubaliana. Tumekubaliana. Watu ya Kayole.
Let us not have a war with wananchi.
Let's stop there. The deputy president is saying, let us not have war with the wananchi. Do you find anything offensive in that statement?
There is nothing offensive.
Thank you.
Let us not have a war with wananchi. Tusipigane na wananchi wale walituchagua. Let us be empathetic.
Let's stop there.
Let us.
He's calling for empathy towards wananchi. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed.
Do you find anything offensive in that call?
It is the forum where he's saying it.
Do you have anything wrong with that call for empathy?
I have a problem with the forum where...
No, you're answering your own question. I'm asking whether you have a problem with the call for empathy.
My allegation is that he had forum...
I've asked whether you have a problem with his call for empathy. Please answer my question.
He would have said as much in cabinet.
Please answer my question. Do you have a problem with a call for empathy?
I have no problem with the call for empathy other than...
Let me move to the next question. Do you have a problem with a deputy president calling for empathy in public?
I have no problem other than the forum.
What forum was that, by the way?
This appears to be a press conference.
What law prohibits a deputy president from calling for empathy at a press conference?
The law is that you raise all those issues in cabinet.
Which law prohibits a deputy president from calling for empathy at a press conference?
There is no law that prohibits a deputy...
Thank you so much. Let's make progress with the playing of the video.
If people must move, let there be an engagement.
Thank you so much. What is wrong with that statement? If people must move, let there be an engagement. What is wrong with it?
There is nothing wrong with having engagement.
Thank you. You are a lawyer, you said?
Yes.
You know the principle of public participation?
Indeed.
It's actually what the deputy president is addressing. The deputy president is saying, let's have an engagement. That is consistent with the constitutional principle of public participation. True or not true?
Well, that's you saying so.
The deputy president is saying, let's have an engagement. Is that consistent with or inconsistent with the constitutional principle of public participation?
Engagement and public participation may mean different things at different levels.
The deputy president is saying, let us have an engagement. I'm asking whether that is consistent with or inconsistent with the principle of public participation.
Again, as I said, we would imagine before a policy goes to cabinet, it has also been taken through public participation.
Did you engage in public participation?
And if you sit in cabinet, you raise objections to that policy, and if your objections are upheld, the policy falls.
Which part of this statement by the Deputy President?
If your objections,
sorry, I'm not asking the question.
Yes.
Which part of this statement calling for empathy violates a policy decision of cabinet?
We have the affidavit of Mercy Wanjau that clearly shows that the cabinet adopted a position on that.
Did the cabinet adopt a resolution for unempathetic evictions?
The Deputy President was in cabinet. He is the one who better placed to tell us.
You are the mover of this motion, and we are testing the Deputy President's statements against your allegation.
Indeed.
Did the cabinet adopt a resolution for unempathetic evictions?
The cabinet adopted a resolution.
Did the cabinet adopt a resolution for unempathetic evictions? Yes or no?
A resolution for empathetic evictions.
And the DP here is calling for empathetic evictions from what we have heard. True or not true?
True.
So that is consistent with the cabinet resolution. True or not true?
Semantics.
Just because my question been answered from your understanding. I don't think it's been answered.
Order, honorable senators. You note how the witness is answering the questions and make your judgment. Let's make progress. Let's make progress. If a witness is evading questions, please note that. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, you are right in that ruling, save that is doing this at the expense of my time and the Deputy President's time, and at the compromise of the Deputy President's right to a fair hearing, where he has to have adequate time, which means time managed economically.
Proceed.
Did the cabinet approve unempathetic or empathetic evictions?
Cabinet approved evictions in public interest.
I'm asking a different question.
Empathetic.
Did the Deputy President call for empathy or lack of empathy?
Empathy.
Is that call by the Deputy President consistent or inconsistent with the cabinet resolution?
Inconsistent.
Did cabinet approve a resolution not to engage citizens in the demolitions?
That I wouldn't know because I'm not a member of cabinet.
And yet you are saying that call by the Deputy President to engage citizens is part of the violation of the cabinet resolution.
In context.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Mutusa, Honorable, I sought to know whether the people you respect, the people who elected you, do you suspect they will respect you with this behavior you are showing here?
Mr. Speaker, I will also request for your protection because the people of Kibwezi are not on trial.
I didn't try the
Counsel for the Deputy President, just stick to the subject matter.
Mr. Speaker, we seek that our witness not be subjected to barbs or badgering. The question whether he respects or the people respect him and whatnot. The allegation is clear in black and white. If we could stick to that, it would help.
My learned colleague, Dr.
Counsel, I've already ruled on that.
I know, but my lord, there's a question or issue here.
Progress.
I'll make the progress, Mr. Speaker, as you direct. Let's look at paragraph 72 at page 35.